Happy Tuesday, all you beautiful radio listeners. Thank you for dropping in on our little happy hour. We appreciate you listening. If you're watching us on YouTube, here is a hand gesture just for you. You're welcome. If you're on the YouTube, feel free to use the chat. If you're listening on the radio through 105.1 FM, 1080 AM. If you're online at 1051thefan.com, Odyssey.com, you're using the Odyssey app, or you just ask your smart speaker to get you ready for the Vedder Cup. Use the fan text line 503-2GO-FAN. That's 503-864-6326. Use it. Use the chat. Use the text line to share your thoughts, ask questions, solicit advice, or answer me this, dear listeners. How many times have the Mariners won the Vedder Cup? Casey? Who was? They've never lost, and you're right. They have won it just one time. So this is a big deal. This is the second ever Vedder Cup. I mean, out of all the things happening in sports today, especially in the Northwest, especially here in Portland, Oregon, this has to be the biggest, Casey. Am I right? Oh, you're going to have fun with this. Casey was tasked with pulling all of the Eddie Vedder drops that we possibly could for the day. This is actually kind of a bittersweet start to the Vedder Cup for me, to be entirely honest with you. I have gone to the series in San Diego for like the last 3 years. It's a midweek, early, like April. It's a little too early for me to. A summer day. I was in San Diego last week, or at least in Carlsbad, in Oceanside. But man, had it lined up with spring break, I got to tell you, I probably would have tried to make it to at least one of the games. But yeah, the last few years, I have gone down to see it, San Diego, for the Mariners road trip. And then last year, I honestly had no idea that the Vedder Cup was a thing. But they had like a grunge band playing in the outfield pavilion at Petco. And we're like, all right, this is kind of a thing. And the guy's up there singing Pearl Jam songs, wearing the flannel shirt around his waist. And I'm like, all right, we got a little grunge action going on. Seattle's in town. I get that. Then I see the Friar, the actual San Diego mascot, dressed like Eddie Vedder. And that's when we really knew something was going on. So I got a picture somewhere in somebody's phone. I know the group of us got a picture with the Friar dressed up like 90s grunge superstar Eddie Vedder. And that was the beginning of the Vedder Cup. And the Mariners kind of whooped up on it. Really wasn't even close. But, dude, this is quite the week for the Mariners. Just swept the Astros. Now you take on the Padres, which is your designated interleague rivalry. Then you get a second chance at the Rangers this weekend. Again. Yes, the Rangers again. Very good. I promise you we did not script this out. But, yeah, we've got the Rangers who just swept you. So a division opponent. This is pretty exciting. But there's possibility. There is an inkling that there's something bigger going on here in Portland. And no, it is not what's happening on June 23rd. That is when Toyota presents the Fan Golf Classic at Langdon Farms Golf Club. Foursomes are on sale now. That's not what I'm talking about, although it is very important because you could choose between the morning or the afternoon round, and you have to do it fast because it probably will sell out. It's probably the most fun day of golf that you'll ever play, and activations and tastings around the course. Yes, we'll have the Angels Envy par 3 6 hole where all the fan hosts will be sitting there, Dirt and Sprague, Danny and Patrick, myself, Isaac and Suk. You can make a good shot and get heckled. You can make a bad shot and be cheered. You don't know what's going to happen there. It's going to be a good time. If you go to 1051thefan.com right now, click on the Fan Golf Classic logo that I might have designed, you can sign up right now. The Fan Golf Classic is presented by Toyota, also brought to you by Vulcan Design and Construction, Henderson and Daughter, Windows and Doors, George McCoy at Warren Allen Attorneys at Law, Battery Exchange, Mastro Dobel Tequila, Your Neighborhood Restaurant Group, Philbrook Law, 1-800 Divorce, Roto-Rooter, A Legal, Mezcal, and Window Nation. So you might want to get on that. But the Blazers are actually in postseason. They are playing extra basketball tonight. Casey, this might be the only local team that you root for. You don't even root for the Blazers? Are you waiting for the Sonics to come back? Are you one of those guys?
I kind of am.
Are you really?
I kind of am.
Have you noticed that every sporting event you go to, you see a Seattle Supersonics jersey, hat, or T-shirt?
Whether it's the Gary Payton, whether it's the Kevin Durant, the Sean Kemp, it's always out.
The Detlef Schrempf. There is always, and it doesn't have to be a basketball game. You see one at every Mariners game. That's kind of a given. I saw one at Fenway Park. We went a handful of years ago to Fenway. We always see one in San Diego. There is always a Seattle Supersonics jersey out there somewhere. Where did you grow up? You grew up here or further north?
Right here.
And you're going to...
I've spent a lot of time up north. I went to...
I know that you're a Thunderbirds fan over the Winterhawks. That's controversial.
And I think that's what's kind of leaning me towards being a Sonics fan.
You just want to dig at your friends, don't you?
I think I do.
Yeah. Who do you root for now? It is the Blazers?
Yeah, it's the Blazers, but realistically, if I picked a team, I'm voting for the Charlotte Hornets.
We did decide that. It's the long con.
Pat Connaughton and the long con.
That's right. I forgot about Pat Connaughton. Did you see Bill Simmons' idea for the winner of the Hornets and Heat game?
No, I did not.
He said whoever wins, I don't know, maybe it was whoever loses, has to take back Terry Rozier. Kind of like that idea. I'll credit Bill Simmons for that.
But because the Oregon State game got postponed, you can catch that game right here on 9:10 a.m.
Look at you, 9:10 ESPN Portland, taking care of everything you need for basketball. So Hornets, Heat, winner gets to play the Pistons. Very exciting. And then you've got the Blazers at the Suns. No, they won't take on the Pistons. They'll take the 2 seed, which is Boston. Did I have that right?
That would be the Boston Celtics.
Yeah, so the Boston Celtics. The loser will have a chance to play the 1 seed, which is the Detroit Pistons. The Western Conference is your Portland Trail Blazers going to the Phoenix Suns, and the winner gets to take on the San Antonio Spurs. Loser will have a chance to play the winner of the Warriors, who, let's be honest, don't really want to win that game, and the Clippers. And whoever wins that will then play against the loser of this game for your chance to play against the Oklahoma City Thunder.
3 players for the Warriors are in minutes restrictions, including Steph Curry, Kristaps Porzingis, and Al Horford.
Yeah, it's funny to think that Al Horford is with the Warriors. Like I watched like 3 games where the Warriors played against the Blazers early in the season. You're like, all right, the Blazers got something. You're like, oh, never mind, the Warriors are terrible. And then Jimmy Butler goes out, and then it's like, okay, the season's over. It's a whole thing.
And that's a wrap.
Everybody seems to be leaning Thunder in this game. I'm sorry, not Thunder. Suns in this game tonight. I kind of like what the Blazers had going on down the stretch. So this was in the ESPN breakdown of the game. They gave me all the numbers for the last 10 games for both teams. So just so we know kind of where these teams are at the end of the season. Suns, 5-5, averaged 115 points, 44 rebounds, 24 assists, 7.8 steals. Like, why I need all these numbers, I couldn't tell you. 5.5 blocks, 64% shooting, and they have allowed 112 points per game.
They also have an owner who doesn't wear sleeves when he plays basketball.
It's a very good point, and I think something that we all need to take note of. Here's the thing. I know you won't remember all of those numbers. Blazers, 7-3. That's a better record. 118 points. That is more points. 46 rebounds. That is more rebounds. 25 assists. That is more assists. 9.4 steals. That is more steals. 6.7 blocks. More. 47% shooting. That is a better shooting percentage. And they are allowing their opponents to fewer points, 105 over the last 10 games. Now, it's the last 10 games. They have different opponents. In there, the Suns played the Thunder, the Lakers, who have everybody injured, where they lost 101-73, Mavericks, Rockets, Bulls, Hornets, Magic, Grizzlies, Jazz, and Nuggets. Blazers, last game was against the Kings. They played the Clippers twice. They played the Nuggets twice. They did get to play teams like the Nets, the Bucks, the Wizards in there. So take it for what it's worth. But the Blazers come in having to play 2 games to get to that 8 spot against the Clippers, who it feels like the Warriors aren't trying to win their next game. I think the Clippers are running out of time in the Kawhi era to win games. And if they want to get into this postseason, at least I think they should want to get into this postseason. I think that's a team that wanted to win those games. Just watching, and I didn't sit down and watch the entire game and do a breakdown like some people do on this station, but it felt like the Clippers are trying. And the Blazers were able to beat them twice head-to-head in those last 10 games. Honestly, I feel pretty good about it. I'm liking what the Blazers have going, and you have to learn how to win in the postseason to win in the postseason. This is what it comes down to, which is if you can win a game to get a chance to measure yourself against the Spurs.
Just give yourself a chance.
Well, and get in there and see if you can win a couple games. The Spurs are one of those teams that made a big jump. They don't have any postseason success. Why not go in there and just at least have a shot to shock the world? Are they going to? Probably not. That's why if they do, it would be a shock. You have to be in there to do it. So just get in, go out and see what you got. Let's see. Have we seen Deni Avdija in the postseason ever? He was with the Wizards before he was with the Blazers. I don't think they've got a lot of recent postseason success.
Nope.
So love to see what Denny's got going on when he gets into the postseason, because that's a guy that's not afraid to run through contact. Whistles tend to be a little less frequent in the postseason. I think that's a guy that could do really well. Donovan Clingan going out there and, averaged a double-double in year 2. I'll sign up to see what he's got postseason. Does he have a little more amped up presence in there where he could go and just be kind of a game wrecker on the defensive side and much better on the offensive side than we expected him to be, at least at this point in his development? I'm okay to see that.
And if we go out there and make Wembanyama play 40 minutes, how does that look for the Spurs going down the line the rest of the way?
And what happened when Scoot Henderson had to play against Victor Wembanyama when the French team came over to play the Ignite or whatever team he played on? I think it's pretty famously documented. Scoot dominated in that game. Let's go. Let's go Blazers. It's not the Vetter Cup, but it's a big freaking deal. Thank you. Let's do some in case you missed it, shall we? In case you missed it last night, Aaron Judge and Mike Trout put on a historic show, trading 2 home runs each. It's the first time that 2 3-time MVPs have done that in the same game since Stan Musial and Roy Campanella did it in 1956. There were 7 homers total, covering half a mile of distance, including a 456-foot shot by Judge that left his bat at 116 miles per hour. And how did this epic contest, 11-10 slugfest, end? A 9th inning walk-off wild pitch. Is there a worse way for a great game to end? This is like the Masters being decided on a putt through the super funland putt-putt windmill. This is like having an NBA Classic decided by a mascot dunk contest. This is like a chess grandmaster losing because he accidentally swallowed a pawn. Imagine the Olympic downhill tiebreaker being a contest of who could write their name better in the snow. You kind of getting the vibes? It would be like the Super Bowl being decided by a failed minor league soccer player. Oh wait, I think that's actually a thing. In case you missed it, the Pirates offense exploded for a massive 10-run 6th inning, blowing out the Nationals and providing ace Paul Skeens with unprecedented run support. For the last year, the book on Paul Skeens was simple. He's the best pitcher on earth, but the Pirates offense gives him more support than you would get from a screen door in a hurricane. It's not the case anymore. Skeens just got more run support in 20 minutes than Felix Hernandez had in the entire Obama administration. It was changed the narrative on that. We talked about it a little, but in case you missed it, the Golden State Warriors face the Clippers tomorrow night in a do-or-die play-in game, and Steve Kerr has decided that the best strategy for survival is not playing his best players. Kerr announced that Steph Curry, Kristaps Porzingis, and Al Horford, who have a combined age of about 107, will be on strict minutes restrictions. Kerr says the NBA schedule is too long. The rest of it know it because the Warriors are one loss away from a lottery pick in the draft headlighted by Cam Boozer. We all knew the Warriors championship window would eventually die, but did anybody think Steve Kerr would be the Dr. Kevorkian? Is that... And the other thing is whoever they draft is going to be terrible, or their entourage is going to eat too many salads in the cafeteria and be shipped out. Well, they get Weissman and Kuminga. Like, they've had high draft picks. They can't make any of them work. In case you missed it, LiAngelo Ball, the middle brother who successfully pivoted from UCLA shoplifting to a 2025 rap career, has publicly declared that he is, quote, ready and willing to return to the NBA. Apparently, between hits like Tweaker and Pickup Basketball Game, he's still waiting to be an impact scorer call-up. Listen, Jello, is that what we call him? Jello? We're happy for you, but the only thing I remember about your basketball career is the felony arrest that you have in the one game you played in China. That's all I can remember about you. If you really want to get back in the league, the best chance you have is to talk LeVar back into suiting up, and hopefully he can give you the Nepo Bronny treatment. That's your only...
I'm pretty sure LeVar doesn't have a foot anymore.
Does it? Did you lose it? Is that true? He can still beat Jordan. He'll tell you all about it. On that note, I'd also like to announce that I am available for an NBA roster. If you're a team that needs help tanking, I can guarantee at least 30 turnovers a game, and I'll play for the league minimum and a couple vouchers for stadium nachos. Just call me up. I didn't realize with this would be so amputation heavy, but here goes the next one. Attendance at the Colorado Buffaloes spring game plummeted this season to just 17,500 this weekend. To put that in perspective, when Deion Sanders arrived in 2023, he pulled 47,000 people in to watch the scrimmage. But after a dismal 3-9 season in 28-25 with stars like Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter off to the NFL, fans realized that primetime has officially turned into daytime soap opera. It's not... Deion is losing supporters faster than he's losing toes. Is that appropriate? Can I say that? Is that... No? A better laugh. I love that. And finally, in case you missed it, there's a major wardrobe malfunction brewing for the World Cup. Nike has officially admitted to an aesthetic defect in their new Aerofit jerseys. Apparently, the seam construction gives every player a bizarre shoulder pad look. Have you seen this? Oh, yeah. It doesn't look great. Nike says that they aren't issuing a recall despite basically apologizing to Lionel Messi for making him look like Murphy Brown at a press conference. I had to actually ask Sprague if you, 24-year-old Casey Smith, would get any of these Murphy Brown references. Do you know who Murphy Brown is?
I know of Murphy Brown.
Okay.
I can't tell you what show, movie, or...
We'll see if you get this. Murphy Brown. The show was Murphy Brown. Okay. We'll see if you get this one. This last punchline is just for you. It's very stupid for anybody that gets it. We'll see if you get this one. Nike says they aren't fixing the jerseys, but I hear that they will be firing the designing women. No? Nothing? There's an 80s TV show called Designing Women, and they all wore giant shoulder pads. Go ahead and pull up a photo of Designing Women. Thank you for admitting that you did not get it, but still giving me pity laughs. That is fantastic. Big thanks to our studio audience. Hey, at 2:30, we're going to do the fun segment that we call... You found them, didn't you?
Oh, I found it.
Yeah. Do they have shoulder pads for days?
Even Meshack Taylor had the shoulder pads.
Yeah, there you go. So at 2:30, we're going to play the fun game we called Play-by-Play Back. It's the sound of the best play-by-play from the weekend that was, and we'll see if we can use that to predict what is to come in the sporting future. But right now, we got to talk a little bit about what's to come. We got baseball news. We got basketball news. We might even sneak in a little hockey news. It's all very exciting. It's called the Daily Buzz. We do it next on Happy Hour. This is 105.1 The Fan.
The Fan.
That's right, kids. Today is the start of the Vetter Cup. Mariners traveling to Petco in San Diego to take on the Padres in the first half of the two-series competition to see who can be Eddie Vedder's favorite baseball team for the year. I believe there's a trophy that looks like a guitar. It is awesome, and it could not come at a better time for the Seattle Mariners. Everybody was slumping until this weekend when they had a 4-game sweep of the Houston Astros, who have decided to try to play a baseball season without pitching, which is pretty brave of them. Good time for Julio Rodriguez, though. Julio started the season 7 of 49 in the first 13 games of the year, 0 extra base hits, 2 RBI, hitting 143. You know what he did over the weekend? 7 hits in 17 tries, 3 extra base hits, 3 RBI, hitting .412. It'd be great if you could play the Astros every single time out. That also goes with Josh Naylor, who was having a bit of a slow start to his season. That might be an under-exaggeration, but he had 2 home runs yesterday. So the Mariners catching their stride about the same time, and good thing they are. Closer for the Padres. Care to guess the strikeout rate for Mason Miller so far this season?
Just give me the number.
79.2% strikeout rate.
Yeah, I was going to make myself sound like a fool with my guess.
He's just mowing people down. He has touched 104 miles an hour on the gun multiple times this season. It does not seem very fair. I love this series. I know that it's silly, but there are some natural rivalries that were set up when baseball brought in interleague play. A handful of years ago, they decided that they would give every interleague team every interleague schedule a rival team. And San Diego and Seattle were the 2 leftovers on the West Coast. But I don't know why or how it just happened to work out that I was able to make it to San Diego for a few years. But I'm all in on this rivalry, and it is awesome. More importantly, though, let's talk a little bit of Blazers.
The Buzz.
Where is it?
Portland selects Sam Bowie.
That's right. Portland. We'll have to tighten that up a little bit. Your Portland Trail Blazers take on the Suns tonight. Suns a 4.5-point favorite in the game. They're playing in Phoenix now. If Portland loses this game, they come back to Moda Center to host the winner of the Warriors and Clippers game that will take place tomorrow night. So there is at least one more postseason game, regardless of the result tonight. If they win the game in Phoenix, then they take on the mighty San Antonio Spurs.
The Buzz.
On the other side, people get a lot of hype about your Charlotte Hornets.
Yes, sir.
Con Knippel, the soon-to-be Rookie of the Year over his fellow classmate from the freshman class at Duke University, is going to be leading the Hornets, and people are really starting to like what they've got going on. For a long time, the Hornets have been kind of dormant, but man, I'll tell you, you get the right guy in the draft and you have somebody that goes out and leads the NBA in three-point shooting, it sure does change your perspective of what they've got going on. Of course, they have to face Bam Adebayo and his, capacity to score 83 at any time. I mean, just really an unstoppable force. Just ask him. He'll be happy to tell you. But that kicks off the NBA play-in and the postseason. I still say it, man, one of the best tournaments that you'll get in sports. I know that the regular season is terrible. It's super boring. But just wait till we get into the second round. Just a quick overview of the postseason for you. This is from ESPN. They went through each one of the series that you will see in the postseason and gave them their best guess on what is the expectation for it. So we don't know who's going to play against the Oklahoma City Thunder. We're not sure who's going to play against the Spurs in the West. But we do know the other 2 series that are set. You have Nuggets, Timberwolves, you have Lakers, Rockets. Out of 12 writers that did the little quiz, 12 out of 12 picked the Nuggets to beat the Timberwolves. 11 out of 12 picked the Rockets to beat the Lakers. We don't know what's going on with Luka. Austin Reeves is going to be out, I believe, for the entire series. So it's going to be LeBron and a bunch of scrubs. We saw it early in his career. He was able to do it. I don't know if he has enough to do it against Kevin Durant and a good Rockets team.
DeAndre Ayton will be there.
unless it snows and it gets icy, because then, of course, he won't be able to leave his driveway. So that is still dependent. We'll see. Maybe there'll be, it'll be too hot outside, and his shoes will get sticky when he walks out on the asphalt, and maybe he'll stay home. In the East, of course, the Pistons are waiting for the play-in, as are the Boston Celtics. But your other two matchups in the East will be Knicks-Hawks and Cavaliers-Raptors. The Knicks have been selected unanimously to beat the Hawks 12-0, and the Cavaliers are picked to beat the Raptors 12-0. Now, that is not the series. They have not switched the format. They will not be playing a 23-game series. That is how many people from ESPN voted for them to win. The play-in games obviously are a little bit closer, but right now it says they won't be close. Usually it's the second round where you start getting really good matchups, but if one of these teams goes out and plays a little bit out of their expectations, always makes it fun. Just give me all I want in the first round. One series to go the limit. That's all. I don't need all of them to. Just give me one. And
Give me something competitive.
And just make somebody clench. That's all we want. Just somebody to pucker and watch somebody just go down in flames. The coach gets fired. They have to kind of blow up the organization. Has to happen at least once every year. So that is all I'm really hoping for. There are some good matchups in baseball this week. The beautiful thing about baseball is these go all week. I mean, we saw a great one last night between the Angels and the Yankees. There are going to be plenty more, but we're running out of time in this. So let's walk over to the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk and see what we're missing.
First on the Fan, Nike's trademark filing for Bronny James's B9 logo has been refused because of a likelihood of confusion with an already registered mark that, again, looks similar to the B9 logo created by Back Nine Golf Apparel. Nike applied for the B9 logo, which has a lowercase b in Gothic lettering with the number 9 in the middle, but obviously they were denied.
Man, that's going to be really tough. I mean, that Bronny James brand was about to blow up. Considering all the injuries, probably going to be starting the postseason. And let's be honest, I mean, if you put him in there, he just needs one opportunity. He's going to go and light the world on fire. Unfortunately, Nike's going to have to get back to the drawing board on their benign logo and figure that out. My suggestion, you make it a bingo card. B9.
B9.
Like make it like the little bingo ping pong ball, and then have some old lady in the background standing up, like screaming like she just got a bingo. That's what you do.
And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? The insurance company's acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
Sports Saturday with Joe Fisher.
Rory is a rare repeat winner at Augusta.
That was the final putt from this year's 2026 Masters as Rory McIlroy won his second. How do we feel about Rory? How do we feel about just how the Masters weekend went in general?
Well, it's funny because I mentioned this yesterday. Did you hear the enthusiasm in Jim Nantz's voice? I don't think you appreciated my comment yesterday. He does not sound really excited about it. It certainly was not a spectacular finish for Rory. I mean, he hits it into the woods, has the chance to shoot across the 10th fairway over the trees to get it to the bunker in front, bogeys to win it. I mean, it's not the finish that you would hope for. You'd like to see a guy go out and win it instead of not lose it at the end, but Rory has a tendency to do this. I mean, we saw the U.S. Open, was that last year, where he was going head-to-head with DeChambeau and missed a couple three-footers where DeChambeau went out and won it with the shot out of the bunker that nobody had birdied from that spot like the entire week. Like, you want to have one of those moments. And that was one where Rory lost and somebody has to go and win it. I realized that. Sure felt like Scottie Scheffler was going to go out and win it. And if that went to a playoff, I would have put all of my money on Scottie Scheffler because Rory was kind of limping into the finish after having a wonderful all-time Thursday and Friday. Gives up the big lead on Saturday, holds on a Sunday where not anybody other than Scottie really played all that well, and Scottie didn't turn it on until the back nine. So it was okay. I wonder if this will put Rory in a better headspace going into it, realizing you don't have to play perfect golf to win, and maybe it'll free him up, and we might see a run of major championships, or at least him being in contention for them, but maybe those small mistakes at the end will finally go away. It's something that's plagued him for a long time. But if you can win in the Tiger era and then win in the Scottie Scheffler era, I mean, Rory's
it's starting to sound like the Rory McIlroy era instead.
Well, back-to-back Masters, but let's say win something else, because when was the last time he won another major championship other than the two Masters? I think it's been a while.
His last was he won the Players Championship in 2019 and 2025.
Players, not a major. It'd be the fifth major. But yeah, he won it because that was the whole Cam Young thing going in this year, which was Rory did it last year. So I get that.
2014.
So 2014 is a long time ago.
2014 was the PGA Championship and the Open Championship.
That's a long time ago. So it'd be interesting to see if he goes out and can kind of, play a little looser in those big moments. It'd be nice to see. I love seeing great golf win, not good enough golf win on Sundays. He was great on Thursday and Friday, not necessarily on Sunday.
40 yards.
This was the frustrated Sergio. He hits the ground, and then that driver is done for the day. So not only did he take it out on the tee box, but
that was Sergio Garcia's meltdown that we saw. If you hadn't seen, Sergio Garcia did release a statement, but of course I'm going to get hit with an ad right before.
He apologized.
But he does apologize. He does hold some penance to it by carrying Jon Rahm's bag. But how do we feel about the meltdown?
Honestly, I wish that I couldn't relate to it. I mean, I've never broken the head off of a driver, but that's because I don't have a sponsor that will replace it for me. But I have all too often succumbed to the, how could I miss that shot, as if I'm any good at golf. So I think it's really relatable. I know that Sergio's kind of a boob and nobody really likes the guy. He doesn't have the best reputation. He's just not the guy that people aspire to.
Not the most likable.
But I think it's relatable. I think that there is a part of golf where you see guys miss short putts. You see guys top the ball, shank it, put it in the drink when they absolutely shouldn't. The most amazing thing about these pro golfers isn't that every shot is perfect. It's that when they hit bad shots, they recover extremely well. They don't hit two bad shots in a row very often. But unfortunately, can relate to it all too well. And Sergio having you're playing at the back end of the Masters. You're playing one of the first tee times out on Sunday. You're not in contention at all, and you still can't hit a good shot. All he wanted to do probably was just go out and have a good round. First tee shot goes sideways, and he gets pissed. I can relate.
Yeah, on hole 2.
It was 2. I thought it was the first. I thought it was the first hole, but yeah.
Either way, you're getting through one. It's like, okay,
yeah.
Cobwebs are off, and now this happens.
Exactly.
Really good. Come on, Shane. Right at it, baby.
That was the no commentary on the Shane Lowry ace, but that was the 35th hole-in-one in the history of the Masters tournament. Shane Lowry did it on the 6th hole this year. And again, just an impressive shot, but Lowry launched himself into the leaderboard, but still couldn't hold on.
Yeah, Shane Lowry, I tried to do a quick poll. How many majors has he won? Does he even have any? He's got a 2019 Open Championship, and that's it. So he's been really good. He's the first, if I'm reading this correctly, he made history as the first player with 2 hole-in-ones at Augusta, both on the 6th hole. So I believe that is something to be commended. To be one of the top golfers with or without majors is pretty incredible. Shane Lowry is one of those guys. Justin Rose, the poor guy's finished in the top 5 at Augusta 5 times, I think it was, after this weekend. It is really, really hard to win one of these golf tournaments, especially when everybody is out there playing. It's fun to watch Shane Lowry. I'd like to see him win a little bit more, but he was there for Rory right at the end. He was one of the first hugs before he went into Butler Cabin. Pretty cool to see. So yeah, dude, those moments are always awesome. You have any aces?
No, I wish. I've gotten close one time.
I've got one, and it was pretty awesome. Of course, it was on a round where one of the guys in the group videoed every single par 3. It was somebody that I'd never played with. We were playing in the Winterhawks tournament out at Ghost Creek. And it was one of the goalie coaches or something for the Winterhawks. He filmed every par 3 tee shot except for the one I hit the hole in one.
That's brutal.
It's fine.
It just didn't happen.
You couldn't see the hole anyway, so he actually filmed like driving up and me finding the ball in the hole. It is quite the experience. I had somebody make one. My father-in-law actually made a hole in one at Edgefield. Not nearly as cool as making one at Ghost Creek, but he did make it on the last hole to beat me. So that's fun.
Special.
They're always good. I don't think there's such thing as a bad hole in one. Augusta better than Ghost Creek. Ghost Creek better than Edgefield, but they're all awesome. If you've ever been present for a hole in one or seen one live, it's awesome.
With the 7th pick in the 2026 WNBA draft and their first ever pick, the Portland Fire select Iana Martin Carrion from Spain.
Yes! Oh, sorry. You had a question?
No, just a lot of excitement. I know that I've been real big on this. I've fully invested myself into this Portland Fire. Well, in 2024, Iana Martin Carrion.
Oh, roll that R. Try it one more time.
Iana Martin Carrion.
There we go.
In 2024, she averaged 15.9 points for Spain's U18 team and 9.7 points with the senior national team, but is known for her strong passing, averaging over 4 assists in multiple international competitions.
Yeah, let's go. You got a young player. What is she, 20?
2006.
20. She has the accolades coming up in international basketball. And, a little bit of flair, somebody that can distribute the ball. So, what I read seemed positive. I will admit that I am not the biggest WNBA fan. I have watched 0 minutes of WNBA basketball over the last 30 years. But with the Fire here and 2 daughters that play basketball, I will definitely be in attendance when the Fire starts up their season in May. And are the Fire going to be good? It does not sound like it, but going with youth in a draft where you know that you're not going to be contending right away seems like the smart move. So, hey,
Deep international roster.
I'm all for it. Their first pick in the expansion draft was Canadian. Their first pick in the actual draft, Spanish. So yeah, like let's draw in fans from around the world here to Portland. We're already the home of soccer in the U.S. Let's be the home of women's basketball as well. Let's go.
And I believe with the 17th pick, we also drafted German forward Frieda Buhner.
Oh, Frieda. That's my girl. Frieda Buhner. I don't know.
It's got an umlaut.
I don't. I think that's what the Fire needed, was more umlauts, and adding those with the 17th pick. Smart move. I will say some of the names that the NBA teams have and some of the names in the actual draft, just go, I'm sorry, one more time with that. What was it? Frieda?
One more time.
Frieda
Buhner.
Frieda Buhner. Is that related to Jay Buhner? He doesn't have an umlaut, so I guess not. So, I'm excited. Adding professional sports to your city is never a bad thing, and hopefully this team can go out and win some basketball games. How many teams are there? 15 now in the WNBA?
I believe so.
With the Tempo and the Fire coming to town, let's go. I'll be in attendance. I'm for it.
I'm gonna get myself a jersey.
Are you really?
I think I have to.
I don't think you have to.
I have to.
I will tell you right now, you don't have to. But you'll be a Fire fan and a Sonics fan.
That fits.
Okay. Works for me.
5 minutes left here in a fast-moving first half. Been a good game. Reach it in. Scoot got past it. He's got a step on Cardwell, and he'll flush. Scoot with those enormous mitts just picked it up with that right talon and packed it.
That was a steal and dunk from the Blazers' win over the Sacramento Kings. I just wanted to gauge your excitement level for this play-in game because I feel like Blazers fans are kind of in between.
I'm excited. Like, why? I don't know why you wouldn't be. I mean, is there a possibility that the Blazers go on a run that gives them an NBA title this year? No. It's a long shot that they win even a game or two in the first round. But you have no shot if you don't get in. So, yeah, go and win the game. Go and play meaningful games and win them. They won 2 in the last week and a half against the Clippers that mattered because it means you're getting a home playoff game or play-in game, one of the two. And that is something for fans to get excited about. We have the new ownership group coming in. You have young players that have showed that they have all-star potential, and you have an all-star on your team for the first time in a long time. So why not be excited? I just don't understand the pessimism that goes with, I wish they were just getting a draft pick. The draft pick is a crapshoot, and it will not come to any sort of result for 3 or 4 years anyways. I mean, even look at Victor Wembanyama. Can't miss prospect with unprecedented height and mobility, range, and defensive proficiency. It's 3 years into his career. This is year 3, and they made a huge jump. But they also put a really good roster around him. He's not the only guy that is good on San Antonio. If you have not watched them play basketball this year, it is not him and a bunch of nobodies. That is a good basketball team with a generational talent.
Steph Castle and Dylan Harper are really good
for
co-stars.
Sure. But I don't know if we're even close to seeing what Victor Wembanyama can be. The reason that they're good is it's a good team with a guy that has, like I said, a ceiling that is maybe as high as we've ever seen. And we saw this a couple years ago. The Oklahoma City Thunder were making jumps by double digits every year in wins, and then all of a sudden they got the whole thing together and they win a championship. That's how the NBA builds. So you have a team that has not been a playoff team for years. Now they're in the play-in. You get another jump like you had this year in wins. Now you've got something you can build around it. I don't think you're not one piece away very often in the NBA, and very rarely is it an 18-year-old that played one season of college basketball and was knocked out in the Elite Eight to your disappointment because your bracket got busted. I don't think that's a guy.
That's all I got for you.
That is fantastic. We need to hustle. We need to get to one more for the road. We do it next. It is Happy Hour on 105.1 and the Fan Sports Network.
represent.
Hey, if you missed anything from the show, podcast available, 1051thefan.com, Odyssey.com, the Odyssey app. Also, the secret track if you get the new re-release of the Pearl Jam 10 album. So congratulations for anybody that's already purchased that. Casey, anything we need to address real quick?
Someone said they really appreciated the Murphy Brown in designing women's jokes.
Perfect. I knew that they would. I knew that you might possibly get them, but when you ask who Murphy Brown was and what show was she from, that might have been my favorite part of the entire show, so I'm happy with that.
And then people saying that they wonder if Tiger got to watch Rory win it back-to-back.
We hope so. I'm not sure at what facility he's at. Let's very quickly do... I know we have to do this very quick. This is a public service announcement. Today is a very important day. It is April 14th. That is free ice cream cone day at Ben & Jerry's. There is one Ben & Jerry's in the region. That is at Yamhill and 5th in downtown Portland. Get there and get your free scoop of ice cream. You deserve it because you're a good person. Thank you, everybody that listened. Thank you, Casey Smith. Thank you, Eddie Vedder. And, of course, thank you, Isaac Robb. We're all done for now. Bye-bye.